Hi everyone, and welcome to our usual Purim special.
Hang on a minute though, something is not right.
Okay, what are you dressed as?
No, what are you dressed as? I think it's very clear that I am channeling our previous guest, Al Lubel, as I become Spider-Man, the most Jewish of all superheroes. What? You've taken off your headscarf. What are you?
I'm my mum. This is one of her old wigs, and it's the one I use to scare my family if they're not doing what they're told. So then I'm dressed up as her, a bit like in Psycho.
How long does it take to get into the wig?
Well,
Okay,
seconds.
so your family are misbehaving. You're like, just you wait.
That's exactly
1 minute. Will you? But
no,
wow.
It's a few seconds. I've got quick at it. I used it for something a few months ago. Kept it handy just in case. It's quite enjoyable, and and it makes my mum a little bit happy to see me in a wig now and then.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, why? Why are we dressed up, Rachel? Why?
Well, Purim and all that. It's a time of fun and laughter and jokes.
And here are some of our upcoming guests with their favourites.
There's a young girl, she's walking by the side of a lake with her puppy, taking it for a walk. The dog falls into the lake, starts drowning. She cries, "Help, help, help." Suddenly she sees that the only person there is an old Jewish man, and he dives into the water, brings the puppy out, gives it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. It jumps up to life, and she says, "Thank you so much. Are you a vet?" And he says, "Am I vet? I'm soaking."
I turned to my friend Larry Smith, who produced something called 6-Word Memoirs on Jewish Life. And this is from Elizabeth Kuhlman, which is, "I quetch and therefore I am."
There is a German, a Frenchman, and a Jew in the desert.
Looking for the nearest city in the Sahara Desert. It's been hours. They're parched.
And the German, he says, "Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I must have a beer."
Another couple hours go by. They're parched. The sun's burning down. The Frenchman drops to his knees and says,
"I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I must have a glass of wine."
The other guys pick him up, get him back on his feet. They keep going. Blistering sun continues, unrelenting.
And the Jew goes, "I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I must have diabetes."
Moshe and Miriam were sitting down to eat at the dinner table. Miriam commented, "You know, Moshe, when we were first married, you took the small piece of brisket and gave me the larger. Now you take the large one and leave me the smaller. You don't love me anymore." "Nonsense, honey," replied Moshe. "It's just that you cook better now."
Yeah, the two Jews get together and they discuss many things, and then they come out not just with one opinion, but a third opinion. Two Jews, two opinions, but that's not good enough. A third one comes out, and that's the Jewish opinion.
My dad was Jewish, my mum was an optician, so I was circumspect.
Another one here. Rabbis' sermons are lullabies with meaning.
Two Jews, three opinions.
Who's the most generous of all the Jewish singers? It's Neil Sedaka.
Was a little boy on a ship who's been allowed to hold the wheel of the ship, and he's got a captain's hat on, and he says, "Look at me, I'm a captain." And his mother says, "By me, you're a captain. By your father, you're a captain. But by a captain, are you a captain?" But when I heard it as a kid, I thought that's really rude of her. Why can't you just let him be a captain? It's not like something about the boy or anything. He's going to embarrass himself.
A group of Jewish women go for lunch in a busy cafe.
The waiter approaches the table
and nervously
says,
"Ladies,
tell me,
is anything okay?"
Hypocrite prays to God, uses J-date.
This I was going to write a joke about racism on my way here, and then I remembered an old Jewish wisdom that my grandmother used to always say to me. She used to say, "Bubale, if you're already on the train, probably too late."
As we read in the Torah, Lamech begat Noah, Noah begat Ham, and as everyone knows, ham baguettes are amazing with Gruyere cheese.
There is a boy who's having his bar mitzvah, and his mum gets him 2 ties, a stripy one and a spotty one. And he comes down the following morning wearing the spotted tie. And the mum goes, "What's the matter? Don't you like the stripy one?"
The elderly Jewish man, Maury Cohen, he's on his deathbed up in his bedroom at home. The end is coming near, and he calls his son over to him. He says, "Yes, Dad, what is it?" And he says, "Oh, is that your mother's cheesecake I can smell?" And then the son says, "Yes, Daddy, it is." And he says, "Ah, that's the cheesecake she made for me. It's my favourite cheesecake. She made it every Shabbat, every Yom Tov. I just want one piece of cheesecake, my dying wish before I go. One piece of cheesecake. Please go and get me a piece." "Yes, Daddy, anything you want." He runs downstairs. You hear a bit of a kerfuffle going on. A few minutes later, he hears the kid on the stairs coming back up. Is that you, my son? Is that you? I can't really see. My eyes are fading. I'm going. Is that you?" "Yes, Daddy, it's me." "Have you got the cheesecake?" "No, sorry, Daddy." "Why not? It's my dying wish." Mummy says she's saving it for the shiva.
I'm never sure whether it's okay to make porridge with my dairy-free alternative because you know what the Torah says, you shall not see the note in its mother's milk.
So join us for the first of our brand new episodes next week,
when our special guests are Daniel Handler and Lemony Snicket.
Two Jewish retirees are sitting on a park bench in Florida, and one of them says, "You know, ever since I retired and moved here, I just don't have the energy anymore. I don't feel like I can go on." And the other guy says, "I remember when I felt that way. You have to get a hobby." And Nick says, "A hobby? Like, what's your hobby?" And he says, "Beekeeping." "Beekeeping? Howie, you live in a one-bedroom apartment. How many bees do you have?" And he said, "I have about 10,000. He said, 10,000 bees? Where do you keep them? And he says, "I keep them in the cigar box, this old cigar box." He says, "In a cigar box? Aren't they all dead and squished together?" And he said, "Yeah, but it's only a hobby."